Hey everybody, I want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom. We're going to draft a War of the Spark traditional draft here, but I wanted to let you all know that you can go to cardkingdom.com and basically get everything you need for your Magic play there, tabletop-wise. They don't currently sell gems, I guess, but basically everything else. You can get pre-order new stuff, pre-order singles of an upcoming set, pre-order sealed content of an upcoming set. You can trade in your old stuff so you can afford that upcoming set. You can get playmats, dice, supplies, all that stuff, and all at competitive prices, all with something cool in the package, because they always send you like a in-house house-made token, that kind of thing. Always something nice in the package too. Nice touch from, it's like the mint on the pillow that Card Kingdom always does. Really appreciate them sponsoring this stream, so check them out. Now, let's reacquaint ourselves with this thing called War of the Spark. I gotta tell you, so far I like. Is it blasphemy to say I like M20 more than War of the Spark? Like, I'm kind of dreading going back to this format. It felt nice to just be playing Magic where constant planeswalkers are not a thing on my mind. I guess at the end of the day, I didn't like the impact of everybody has 7 planeswalkers on limited. I just didn't. Maybe it's because they're swingy. I think planeswalkers are super swingy. Sometimes you can't even play them, because if you do, they die immediately for basically no effect. And sometimes when you play them, they're so well protected, they're just going to win the game for you. And so this whole format feels super swingy that way. Well, we got a gem pick here in Atomic, and it's playable if you end up white, but the best cards here are Chandra's Triumph and Tybalt. Nothing much going on in the commons that we care about. There's a Heartfire that maybe wheels. Oh yeah, sorry, draft view, of course. Badink. I think this is a good enough playable that we could just take the gems, and we also, again, pack one, pick one. We don't know we're going to be in red. So yeah, I'm going to take, especially because this is a fine playable. If we do end up in white, we'll take the gems. None of those uncommons were nutso. Could even follow up the strike if we want to get tempted by this, but I kind of want to think of this as, I kind of want to think of our situation right now as this. So we don't need to be too distracted by the strike. If we think Jaya is better, we can take Jaya. Or Jaya's Greeting, maybe. So, I think in this case it's Fire Mage or Greeting, but I'm not sure which, actually. Happy 4th to you, Archangel. Right, Jaya's floor is lower than Greeting, because a 5-mana shock is obviously worse than a 3-mana scry deal 3 to a creature, but the ceiling on Jaya is much higher, right? Yeah, Pyrohelix on the wheel. That's a very interesting point. Pyrohelix plus Jaya is a super powerful combo. I'll take the Planeswalker. I think this might be correct, but let's take. I'm going to take the Planeswalker. Go for the upside. I do want to bring this back in too. We can certainly end up red-white. I just didn't want to make that pick too biased by Atomic here. Here we might just want Honor or the Wanderer's Strike if we want to head towards it. But this is a kind of a weird pairing. I don't necessarily think I want to play both of these in the same deck. So, yeah, I think I'm going to take Honor here over the very solid Strike. Here's another Honor. Callous Dismissal. It's kind of where I want to go with that, though. And then see if we can wheel this Pyrohelix or maybe this Honor. It's been unreliable to wheel, but this is a good place for Dismissal. The argument for staying Honor is that we just stay one color, right? This is a fine playable in our only color, but I think Dismissal is too good to pass here. And, you know, we love a good red-blue deck if we can pick it up. Love the Tidebearer Giant here, but we're just going to take a second dismissal. And now I'm thinking a profit over the lost, and we're on our way, you know? Profit with the profit. And yeah, we'll take a second profit over a first twist for sure. Manticore is great at 6. One of the many great 6 drops in this format. I kind of like that. I like that they're pushing the 6 drops a bit and making us feel good about playing them, you know, in colors besides green. I don't really like advance, no. Not even in the spells deck. Happy 4th to you, 85 Hawk. So I'm going to take Manticore here. We're probably not playing either of these, but there's a chance we play Bond. Hard not to take the statue after last week's Omniscience drafting, where I took more Topple the Statues in one draft than I did in the entire format up to that point. But probably I'm going to assume this is starting in the board. We hope it will. I look lost here. Yeah, it might legit come in out of the board. Dam Breaker. And Hellion can be fine. If we get a couple more honors or whatever, we may be quite happy to honor into Hellion, sack the token. Mobilized District for 20 gems or Flux Channeler. I think we gotta take the Flux Channeler. This is kind of one of those types of uncommons where I think it does trump the gems. I don't have the... I can't defend that with, like, algorithms and math for you, but these are the types of cards that when they do hit, they're better than, you know, the ceiling on Flux Channeler is just so high on its impact on the game that it can come down and win games that you would otherwise lose. So we're gonna take that and figure that it has a very strong impact on our gem potential. And it's definitely more fun. You're right about that. Parhelion 2 for some gems, or Epiphany, or Contentious Plan. I'm hoping, gosh, can we wheel this plan? Maybe wheel the plan. I'm going to take first Epiphany over gems. Again, partly it's fun, but yeah, this is probably EV correct, but I'm not passing the Epiphany. This is where I wish the Parhelion. If Parhelion had been in this pack, it'd be Windmill Slam the gems. As it is, we can take an Invader, or I guess we just take a Blind Blast. It cycles. Yeah, that's true. Blind Blast with Jaya is also nice. Turning this into a shock doesn't suck. I don't think this is a Samut deck. I don't know what we'd be really doing if we're playing Samut. Like, doesn't make sense to me. Hey, now we're talking. Sad to pass an Avian Eternal, but let's get weird. Another Dam Breaker and an Augur, but we're gonna snap off our second honor here. Man, there's been 27 Relentless Advances in this draft, so it's too bad I don't like them. I guess we take Turret Ogre over Bond of Passion, but you don't love having Turret Ogres in your great red-blue decks, but you can do a lot worse, so... another Blind Blast, hoping for the Jaya combo. I think we got a pretty good deck going, given where we are. You know, we're in middle of pack 2, and I'm feeling like we're close to playables, so that's great. I'm going to take Weird over the No Escape or a Twist here. Maybe if I'd known this Weird is coming, I would take that No Escape instead, but no regrets. The question now, though, is do I want a second Weird, or do we just want to get a Skulker for kind of some finishing power? Although, you know, we don't have flyers yet. I'm hoping to get a flyer in the next pack. I'm just going to take another Weird. And I don't think we're playing Veto, but I really don't think we're playing... I mean, maybe we bring this out of the board. Ito for Vault Progress or Catharsis for the board. You like Vault? Sometimes, you know, if they have Liliana or whatever, you'd bring this in. But, okay. Yeah, Catharsis plus Jaya is cute, but not, I mean, whatever, 6 damage, right? Instead of 5. Yeah, they're both pretty minor. Let's not sweat it. And there's a Catharsis for us anyway. And a second Dam Break. Gotta decide what 6s we want to play. Alright, come on, pack 3, bring it. Bioessence Hydra, not really bringing it. But what a miserable pack. Like, we might as well take the gems here. Like, taking Honor or Kasmina's Transmutation. Blah. Sad gem pick. Like, I like it when our... I want to at least be like, oh, you know? Like, tough pick. No tough pick. Just gems. Triumph, nice. Very nice. Like that over the Eternal here. Maybe we'll wheel the globe, question mark? But Triumph, easy Triumph. Rager is nice, but we failed to wheel the Pyrohelix, and it's very good with Jaya. Do we take the Pyrohelix to be sure, or I guess we just still take the Rager, though. Really want to get a Pyrohelix, but I don't think even with the chance of it comboing with Jaya that Pyrohelix is better than just a great 2. And Rager is a great 2. We're going to take a good 2 in our third profit. Rager combos with Jaya as well, but not as well as Pyrohelix. Come on, double shock for 2 mana. That's good. Yeah, take the globe. Mizium Tank for gems, but we're not playing it. Even though you could argue we have the deck for it, this card is a letdown. I've played it like 3 times, two or 3 times in different red-blue decks, and it has it's been pretty bad. That Rager's great for us, but like, I mean, what do we when you're playing a card like this tank, like what do you? I mean, you cast a spell and you have a 4/3. Okay, you've got a 4/3. It's just gonna trade. I mean, maybe in your head you're living the dream of, no, I cast 7 spells in 1 turn, where, like, if this what this needed to do, like, put a counter on this. Like, if this, instead of, I know maybe that's too powerful, but heck, even make it a 2/1 that gets counters when you cast a non-creature spell or something that you can combo with, like, Flux Channeler and really get it nuts. Like, it's a rare. They could have gone nuts with this and made it very good and not had it be too powerful, but it's just it's very underwhelming. So yeah, we're gonna take Rager here though. Oh yeah, I can start up Deck Master. Oh, it is open, but I'll restart it. Maybe it'll. We're not gonna need any bacon. We'll take a Skulker. I kind of feel like the Submarine is better, yes, but I also kind of feel like they both stink. They're both not good, and I don't want either of them in my red-blue decks. I had a physical draft last week that I ended up red-blue and had both Submarine and Mizium Tank. They both, like, wheeled, and I ended up in my pile. I was red-blue, and I played neither of them. They're just too hard to make valuable. I don't think we're playing this sprint. Might even just need a Naga. Let's look at our 3s. No, we're fine on 3, so I'm just going to take sprint, put it in the board. Transmutation, also nice. Maybe main. Probably board, but we'll put that in the main for right now. Here's a Naga for the board. And a third Dam Breaker. I don't think we're playing 3, so I'm just going to put that right in the board. Alright, 60 gems on the grind. No mythics, though. You know, we're trying to fill out our mythics, and they seem to be very hard to come by. I mean, they're mythic. So I did restart Deck Master, and it says it does not identify that a game or draft is occurring, and Twitch pub sub messages are not sending successfully. So I don't know if there's a... It sounds like something about Twitch pub sub is messing with Deck Master. I don't know how to fix that problem right now, so I think Deckmaster is off, but I'll keep it open. Maybe it'll just do something useful. What's the percentage of mythics among rares? Mythics are supposed to show up 1 in every 8 packs. Now then, we've got 5 cuts. Oops. 5 cuts. 15, 13. That's a lot of creatures for what I usually expect out of a deck like this. I'm gonna go to 1 of each here. I think we can cut Skulker. I don't think we're trying to win via Skulker. Yeah, or Hellion. I think I'd rather keep the Ogre since we didn't get any flyers. I mean, that's something to note here. In fact, how are we winning? Maybe I need to put in another Dam Breaker just because, like, seriously, like, we're winning by hoping that our big dudes are big enough. Guild Globe does trigger the Weird, which is also maybe one of our win conditions. Yeah, trim a Blind Blast and an Honor is an interesting... Like, 1 Honor, I think, for sure. What is... Unfortunately, Chandler's not doing much for us. We're really making big army tokens. I don't really see... You know, Jaya can get a counter, sure. But there's really nothing else that's even... I guess Spellgorger. So, like, we're trying to make Spellgorger and army tokens extra big. It's really kind of a sad state of proliferate here. I do want to try and leverage Jaya's presence with Blind Blast. You could convince me to cut 1 maybe, but I really do want to try running at least 1, see if we can pull off this combo for some nice impact. Yeah, you're not wrong. Like, maybe I gotta reconsider this Skulker and drop a Dam Breaker. Since this isn't proliferating much, this is probably a better play. Two cuts. I'm going to cut the Globe. We're not splashing, and got to cut somewhere. So as far as our cantrips go, that's low on my list. An Outburst, or how about a Flyer? Like, how about the uncommon return something to your hand Flyer, or just even Thunderdrake? Give me a Thunderdrake. Hell, give me a 2/3 artifact Flyer at this point. Clunky, but the floor. We're not. Believe me, 2 in a red to draw a card is actively bad. Like, that's too much to pay. But as a floor on a card, it's not the worst. And the can't block can be relevant, especially again, we're trying to find ways to win. And we could get into spots where, fine, we have a 5/6, and they have the situation where they've got a 1/3 and a 2/2 and a 3/3, whatever, and that you actually Blind Blast their biggest blocker, and these can actually get through, and that can become important. Yeah, I think I like Transmutation in the board almost better, although that's fair. Do that. But maybe we'll do 1 and 1 here. And run it like this, and then if we get the Transmutation, we can get the data points and know that we were considering this to be a possible second copy of Blind Blast instead. So would we rather have this be Blind Blast? Interesting question we could ask ourselves during the draft portion. We're going to call this... Flightless. Don't think this is a great example of the archetype, I think we don't have a clear avenue to winning once we get ahead. That's a concern. We're going to be leaning heavily on weird and big dudes, and then getting them, or even the Skulker. Like, this Skulker is a embarrassingly important card for us, actually, I think. But we do have, we identified that we needed to understand how we were going to win. We made a change to address that. So I do feel like at least we have somewhat of a plan. But because of the difficult nature of actually getting through for winning damage here, I'm going to put par at this one at, like, at 2. I'm really just hoping to get 800 gems back. Let's see how we do. I'll update all this record stuff now. Packs didn't break very well for us in the second and third pack early on, like where we were hoping for some killer cards for our deck. We really just didn't get anything. We took gems and wheeled the stuff we would have taken, you know. But that's Magic. We'll make do. That's a fine start. And let's see, I'm gonna go... Let's try normal battlefield. We all know these cards. I'm gonna play the Prophet. If they do something to make the Pride Mate big, we have Triumph that still gets it and Dismissal to reset it. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having the one of the Tybalt or the other Triumph that we passed in Pack 1, Pick 1. But again, we didn't know we were going to end up red-blue at that point. It was a fair decision based on what the information we had. I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Prophet. If they block, I don't think they'll block. And we have Rager that I would block with, so... Wow, they're going to block. That's so dangerous. Well, that's good. It means we know that they're willing to block. I'm not going to Triumph it now. Ooh, if they go for trying to kill... Ah, all right, great. I see what you're up to. Don't need... I wouldn't mind a mountain for more Rager pumping, but we'll find additional mountains naturally. Let's dig for action. That was a great result for us. Glad I had the spell for that. Here, let's see, we could Rager and set him back by bouncing the Celebrant, and then we'd have Honor next turn, making the army bigger, and then the Celebrant can't block there, and they're out of... They didn't draw a third land, so if they don't have land on the top, this becomes their only play again, probably, and that's very good for us, so we're going to do that. Let's go Rager... Dismiss. Another Prophet, you say. Not quite powerful enough for what I want to be finding some of our bigger stuff here. We got a Prophet going to work, but let's look for better action than that. Next turn, we might even Skulker. Here's a Blind Blast. I think I can get behind. They're only at 18, though. Maybe it's early. Actually, let's go Skulker this turn. And then next turn, depending on what we draw... yeah, I should have done a bluff attack before I played that, I suppose. But I want to... If we get a land, or almost no matter what we get, we can pitch whatever we get, or the Blind Blast. right, so with land, I'm going to go ahead and honor pitching the land. Maybe we find another mountain and then the Blind Blast is available to us. All right, yeah, we'll keep that. Two is more than I wanted, but I like the one. Do we want to Blind Blast or let him block and then blind? I think we let him block because the blind, at worst, the Charity Extractor blocks something and we don't get him there. But what I'm hoping happens is that they block either Prophet or Army Token with the Rager, and then we can kill it. And then also, if we attack this way, we can threaten to pump with the Rager as well. So between those two things, I like attacking here with everything without using the Blind Blast until we see how they want to block. I think it would have been pretty safe, Joel Hops. I don't think they would have blocked. That's the thing. So Blind Blast can't quite get there in terms of Skulker killing the Extractor, but we did get the block we wanted here. So we lose our Army Token, but we draw a card and we take out their Reaper, which is a pretty big game. And yeah, we'll keep that Manticore. That's kind of the big stuff I was looking for when I bottomed the Prophet. We were trying to get to this stuff faster. And those are the little things you don't think about much. Like, I think whether it was correct or not, you know, like leaving a Prophet on top because, hey, it's a spell, and then this is actually just one spell deeper in the library. Those are the little things that are easy to miss as you think about how your game played out.
No one has seen
Davriel's going to pick off a mountain, but thankfully we get to untap and play Manticore. Or we can decide to sure thing kill Davriel with the activation here. That might make some sense as well. Just be sure that Davriel's gone. And then we can follow up with these. Don't want to get Davriel's sorceried, you know what I mean? The 4-mana discard 2. But I'm going to do that. And let's see, if we Rage and it's a 3/2 and then dies, it only does 4 total, so we can't take out the Charity Extractor, but it would take out Celebrant. I think they just block with Extractor. It's not worth attacking there. Just had to work that through.
Okay, I'm done.
Alright, we just want to fade more discard here, and if we can untap with both of these available to us, I think we're in great shape. Well, unfortunately we're going to lose our Skulker.
The earth trembles in
But they have to use most of Nahiri's loyalty to do it, which gives us a good attack next turn.
You brought this upon yourself.
If we want to take her out, which we probably do. They don't have the power to kill both of these, and we can pump the Rager to lethal levels on either. So I think if we attack both at Nahiri, they're just going to let Nahiri die. And even though Nahiri's probably not doing too much from here, I like that plan. And if they want to double block the Rager, then we get to like take out the Extractor with a double pump, so that's fine. I think they just take this, and then we get to decide what we want to do with our mana. Sure, they may as well block one and gain the life, but I just think they're going to let Nahiri die. No, alright. That's pretty bold, because you're just giving up the Celebrant, and Nahiri's not doing too much here, but I'm down, because we're just going to make a pump here and then play the weird. Yeah, I figured they wouldn't want to give up their Celebrant just to keep Nahiri alive, but maybe they've got something in their hand that justifies that line. How does... Oh, yeah. No trample or anything like that. It's okay, though. That was a fine result for us, I think. Ah, now they might take out the Rager with Nahiri if they want. That may have been part of their reticence to let Nahiri die, is that they could do this play.
You can't escape the avalanche.
I think Prophet lost Mutation. Oh, that's good too. We can just throw that there and take away one of their big blockers. But we're going to start with the Manticore. Yeah, decent line. Although they did cost themselves having the Celebrant. Like they could have played it to still have the Celebrant, and we still have the Rager. So it depends on whether you think us having the Rager, maybe they're just like, we can't deal with the Rager. It's going to kill us unless we kill it. Here now, if we draw, we're great. I was gonna say if the top toll sucks, but if we kept both of these, then having even a land would be fine. Now we're just going to have to transmute the extractor so that we can get this Manticore through. Damn. Toll even working as a top deck. That doesn't even seem fair. I should be the only one to be allowed to toll. Nobody else should be allowed to toll. Huh. Well, that's like extra super stinky, really. Because now if we attack, we're going to lose the Manticore. But how do we win without attacking? We can transmute and just start attacking with these two. I think I'll do that. Let's leave the Manticore back. See what's coming up as well. Not an island. Just one. We only played 2 of our 3.
Forged fury of my blade. I'll squash you like a roach.
Ugh, just give us a little action, please. Well, now the Manticore, now the Nahiri doesn't have the loyalty to kill the Manticore, so we're gonna play one of those lands, but we're gonna hold him for right now, and we're gonna attack with both at Nahiri because Nahiri cannot kill the Manticore. And if they want to, they can do whatever they want to the army token, and they don't have the power to kill the Manticore either. So this is a very safe attack, and they'll probably just chump the Manticore with the army token or the extractor. Maybe they put the extractor... Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. The blocks aren't super clear, which is why I like the attack.
My plans must be reforged.
All right, then. We've got a little bit of a better board, but I don't know what card they had in their hand. We're still okay, although that kind of stabilizes them because now the Manticore can be traded with. They're going aggro. They're like, don't care about your Manticore. I know you're just going to draw lands. You're Brian Spain, so you're going to flood out from here, and we can just attack with abandon. All right, I'm going to leave the army token back to threaten to trade, but we're going to send in the Manticore. Continuing to play at least one land. We want to sandbag something in case we draw Honor the God Pharaoh, but we also want to keep playing lands in case we draw our Tamio's Epiphany. Knave Hearthstone, yes. This is I play on 2 accounts: a free-to-play account that values time more than that values money more than time, and a paid account that values time more than money. And when you value money more than time, you can't really justify playing sealed. It's just too much of a gem suck. Yeah, we'll take this offer. Maybe we don't, although... Happy birthday, USA! Dionysus. There's the Honor. I was just thinking about that, like, well, we do have ways to make our armory bigger, so maybe we want to wait, but I also didn't feel like we were in a position to. Hopefully we just find something here that puts this game away. Help us put the game away. Dam Breaker is really going to help with that. We go Ogre into Dam Breaker, and I think they're going to be in trouble, and we get to attack the Manticore here, offering... they're going to try to race us, though, so basically, we're going to break their hearts with the Turret Ogre threatening that Pegasus. Although nobody remembers Turret Ogre has reach, maybe we'll get him. Hey, Artemis, we're drafting War of the Spark here today on the free-to-play account. So, we have not done any sealed deck building today. Yeah, now we get to go Dam Breaker... Make this a 2/2, and they're in deep, deep trouble. You're expressing best case scenario, Peace Tolatov. I suppose if, like, the hammer, I think the hammer is basically unplayable. Not that it can't do something. Obviously, it did something for you, but at 8 mana, you expect a card to win you the game, and you said it's instantly over. But I did, like, how is it instantly over? You can't put it on a flyer. So maybe if you have trample, well, if you have a lot of trample, it seems like it'd be pretty powerful as a late game spell. But if you don't even have if you don't have trample, and your big plan is to make, you know, some 12/12s that get chumped eternally on the ground, I just think that's too slow and too risky a plan for 8 mana. I mean, sometimes it's going to get there, but it's just a very, very risky approach, risky line to be taking. You're going to be staring at it on the battlefield where it can't do anything too much. What do we think about white-black? I don't know, white-black, good stuff, drain. I don't know what to bring in here. I think we're probably fine as is. I mean, this might be okay, but I really only want to bring this in when we're stealing massive creatures reliably and killing things reliably. And this would kill things reliably, but not steal massive creatures reliably. Dark Knight, you talking about constructed, though? We're talking about limited. This looks fine. We get to start with a Rager and then pitch one of these mountains to the Honor. find our island for extra card draw. Well, then I think you just had an unusual spot piece, but I think on balance the card's not good. But definitely better in sealed. But it, like I said, every card you need to just explain what the card's job is, and you're telling me that in your deck the job of the hammer was to close out games, and it sounds like it did that job. And I'm wondering if that was the best card for that job in your pool, though. That's my big question. Like, yeah, that card seemed to get it done for a piece in that role, but I wonder if there were other things to play that role that aren't a dead draw when you only have 5 mana or whatever. I love that. That's fine, my friend. Well, this is a free block. Oh wait, this doesn't give. Oh, yeah, this doesn't have death touch. This has death touch. Sure. So this is a free block over here. I could pitch the other honor, but I'm going to go ahead and pitch the mountain, and if we don't find more land from it, well, that's kind of sucky, but we really do need islands, not more mountains, and we have another honor that we can use next turn to pitch something if this goes south because we don't find replacement lands. Let's see. We found a replacement land, unfortunately a mountain, but that's all right. Here, there's no way they block the Rager, but we actually threaten a little more reasonably with these two back on D, so I'm going to stay on defense here, actually. We still can't really block that army token, but nothing else can attack. Well, they didn't attack with it anyway. We have Shock Artist coming up. This makes me want to not pitch that mountain. I really want to be sure that we are finding Jaya, playing Jaya next turn. Good luck, Hair Trigger. Your 4th of July barbecue is counting on you. And we have a couple of biggies. Maybe we drop, like, the Manticore. What do we pitch here is the question, if we don't pitch that mountain. We're gonna figure it out, though. We gotta pitch something, and it's gonna be... It's not Epiphany. It could be Flux Channeler, but Flux is gonna work with this, and that's pretty good. But maybe it's the least important thing here. Yeah, actually, I think it is. Seems maybe crazy, but I'm going to do that before it zeroes out on me, because that would be the worst. Our islands are hiding from us. We're 15 cards deep and haven't seen a blue source yet. This screams that the +1 counter, +1/+1 counter, gain 2 life, gain first strike. So that Pride Mate is effectively a 4/4 first strike. If we block the army, double block the army, it becomes a 3/3 first strike, and it all lives. So yeah, we just have to take this, unfortunately, and maybe use Jaya to make them use it responsive in response, or if they don't, you know, that's true. We could take out the Vizier if they put damage on it. They probably would. Is that worth it? Like, we go double block and it kills both of these, and we take out. I don't think that's worth it. I'm gonna see if they're willing to tap out. Yeah, but, like, then if we're... I just don't want to do that with the Rager yet, then. I don't want to single block with the Rager and make that trade. Man, even would have taken a mountain there. Well, we're going to double profit and see if they still want to ascend. Rager on mate, army on army. Well, we can consider that block again. It's probably going to be the same attack. Hey, queen. So you want Rager on mate to threaten that, but then they, they save it. That's okay. Our backup plan is kill there, and then they can't save the army because they are saving their pride mate. That's maybe reasonable. I'm also kind of hoping, though, that if we can get them to tap out... Interesting. I want to fire mage the pride mate while their shields are down. That's kind of my big goal. But if we block here, that's not going to happen. But yeah, I like Rager. Fine, we'll do Rager. Force the thing is, this is going to be a 3/3. No, we saw this combat trick in the first game. I think if it were Thirst, they would have just killed the token by now, or just killed the Rager when it couldn't do much damage. So we're gonna give them the we're gonna trade Rager for the Vizier and to get the combat trick out of their hand. I think that's reasonable. Come on, deck, help us out. All right, that's a start. That's a start. Is it good enough? We do this, then these start dealing 2 apiece, 3 apiece this turn. We could Epiphany or Skulker instead. We can... So we can Skulker, and that just naturally blocks the Pride Mate. Or we can Fire Mage and start picking off these. But it puts us in a spot where we are forced to block the Pride Mate if it attacks Jaya. I'm going to start with the Skulker. Let's see if they want to keep attacking when we have all this stuff going on. I'm not comfortable with Epiphany because we need to affect the board here. Interesting. With Jaya coming up, I think I like keeping the profits because they're going to be effectively 2 power anyway. But this could get even bigger with Dam Breaker, so that's a consideration. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna cut a profit here and try and get this one bigger. Well, we'll take the bounce block, and I don't think there's anything for 1 mana that can punish us here. And now we can Fire Mage, starting with the Populace. Transmutation is also interesting. But I actually think we just want more land here, get to our 6s.
Are you sure you're ready to face me?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try something new.
Feel pretty safe since they didn't attack with the Pride Mate last turn. I mean, maybe they got a 5th land, though. They could Wanderer's Strike here, and that would stink. Have to decide whether we're chumping or not. That's pretty bad. However, if they're going to do it this way, I guess we just trade for the army token, let Jaya go, and hope that we draw a 6 and that we can control the board with a Dam Breaker. We'll see what they leave us with, too.
Call me when the world's ending again.
All right. Hopefully this helps stabilize. Manticore does a similar job, actually, but we'll do it this way. This we can now actually attack. This puts some pressure on the Dam Breaker to survive and everything, but they're down to 1 card in hand, and hopefully it's just not a second Wanderer's Strike.
I'm mysterious, refined.
I'm gonna pitch the Rager to this discard. Maybe just leave this for other discard and Manticore, and then we have 2 huge things that can both attack. And now, if they want to double block and take out the Dam Breaker, that's fine. I don't want to discard anymore. We're going to take out Davriel.
Oh, finally, nap time.
And since we have Epiphany, yeah, let's play this island and try to be able to cast some spells next turn. Hey, Press. Yeah, I was saying, you know, the 4th of July is all well and good, but it's not a very action-y holiday at 9 a.m. And I was going to be up anyway, and turns out I like this game, so let's play it. Let's Epiphany here, though. Get rid of all that, and happily get a weird. Ooh, Totally Lost is also nice. I'm going to send in the army, and if they double block, we get to take out the Reaver, and then should kind of just win the game. They're not biting on that, and you get some meme value. Congratulations. Honor and Epiphany are really our only choices, so obviously we take Epiphany given that. And I'm going to play a land out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 5, 6, 7, so we can do Totally Lost plus Weird, or Totally Lost plus Triumph, or Weird plus Triumph, but we cannot do all 3. I'm thinking the Triumph is necessary for the Pegasus. We can kind of just Totally Lost the Pride Mate. I think we take, I'm going to make this attack. Yeah, we could lose the Pride Mate right now and just get going, right? Kind of like that. And then we have even the Triumph to punish a double block with the Reaver. I'm in. They may think they want to race here. I'm glad they didn't double block the Manticore. That would have been the one kind of really awkward block here. And can't really go to 3. If we just let him attack, then yeah, we could also just kill the giant. That's a possibility here. We can kill Peggy or the giant. If we kill the giant, like, what are they going to do? Win with their 2/2 and whatever this card is? I think we just kill the giant. I'm going to kill the giant. It's the biggest thing. And if this turns out, if it feels like a mistake, we can just get whatever we need back with the weird. Turns out, not a mistake. All right, 1 to the good there. Who else is streaming today? Am I the only crazy one? No, Mr. Metronome, Cuneo, Alexander Hain, Gabby. Yeah, there's a lot of streamers, 4th of July streamers. I'd say you'd be missed, Vaporkin, but I try to say true things. Right on, Magnet Man. I was hoping some people who had the day off and can't usually watch my stream would be able to drop by today. So that's the idea there. Happy 4th to you, Mama. Hope all of my American friends here are going to celebrate what's great about our nation today. A lot of great things about America. And one of the things I never want to take for granted, and I don't take for granted, is let me take a little side on America if I may. It's easy to think of your own era as the most important era ever, and this time is the most important time ever, and this is what life is going to be like forever because this is our time, right? And it's just not the case. If you look at the course of 6,000 years of documented human history, we're the outlier. America and current liberal democracy that is so prominent on the world stage, this is the outlier. This is the crazy place where what representative government, individuals in a country can have their voices heard in at the highest levels of power. Like that's pretty cool, but it's not normal. What's normal? What's historically normal? Historically normal is the rich and powerful using their wealth and power to retain their wealth and power and pass it on to their hand-picked successors, whether that is literal royal lineage or whether it's political parties trying to pass power to the next generation in their party. But man, it could all go away. America is not a guarantee. Liberal democracy and representational government is not a guarantee. It's a current outlier in the history of humans that we're trying to make the norm ongoing. And there's a lot of problems with America, but the fundamental idea of a representational government is amazing and valuable and not a guarantee. So on this day, I would ask Americans to just look at how lucky you are and how lucky we are to be at this point in this time and to have the freedoms that we do and to not take them for granted. Don't take them for granted. America, there's no guarantee on America. So there you go. There's my little aside. And another aside, I'm out of coffee, and my wife isn't here today, and I made a full pot, so I've got like half a pot of coffee, and I got to drink it before noon, or else I will never sleep tonight. So I'm going to take a short break, go refresh my coffee. Here, we'll open some. I was saving this pack because I wanted to catch the gems on screen. Or how about a mythic? No, more gems. Okay. We'll get to those later. All right, I will be right back. Just gonna refresh my coffee. On here, I'll play you my favorite song about America while I do. Sorry, I didn't realize I was mic'd up there. Sorry if I slurped over Simon and Garfunkel. Vaporkin, what do you think about Putin? Like, you're slamming on America pretty hard, and I grant you that some horrific things have been done at the behest of the U.S. government that make me angry, that I don't want being put on me. But I'm sure that, but are you cool with everything your government has done in your name? I mean, all we can, at least in America, we can speak out. And for the most part, our journalists can write about it without getting killed. You know, like, I know America has problems, my man, but Russia, whoa. I'll take flawed American democracy. Yeah, no kidding. Khashoggi. Anyway, let's get off politics. We're here to play Magic. American Tune is another great Paul Simon American classic. But I love America is one of my favorite songs. I don't know if Zach is here, but I told Zach about my first experience with that song America that I just played. Here, let me look at you. Sorry about that. The first time I ever heard America, the song I just played, I had never heard the lyrics before. And when it gets to the part where he says, the moon rose over an open field, and he says, "Kathy, I'm lost," I said. And I thought, oh, he's like pouring his heart out to her now. And then the punchline, not punchline, but then the follow-up, though I knew she was sleeping. Oh, that just, like, he finally pours his heart out, but she's asleep. Like, he's willing to let it all loose, but only to his sleeping girlfriend. But also what I love about that song is there's no rhyming. It has some of the most beautiful lyrics, but none of them rhyme. There's not a single rhyme in that whole song. You know, in a traditional way, you know, end of line rhyme is what I'm saying. But that's why he's my favorite lyricist. Paul Simon lyrics are incredible. Paul Simon has my all-time favorite lyric from the song Cool, Cool River. Hard times, I'm used to them. The speeding planet burns, I'm used to that. My life's so common, it disappears. And sometimes, even music cannot substitute for tears. Home. Audio back. Graceland is my all-time favorite album. I've probably listened to it. I guess I've probably listened to all the Beatles albums more than anything else because I was just on a non-stop rotation with them when I was very young. But if pressed, I would name Graceland as my favorite album. Artemis asks, do I feel M20 is aggressive or mid-rangey? Seems more mid-rangey, but I've only played sealed, so maybe that just is what it feels like. There's definitely some aggressive colors there, so we'll see. Alright, same thing we've had before, kind of a 2-drop into Honor to try and fix our situation. Yeah, I was saying before on stream that based on my mom's record collection, I basically grew up on the Beatles, Neil Diamond, and certain show tunes. Cabaret is an album, the Cabaret soundtrack cast recording or whatever is one of my most listened to early records as well, which is kind of funny. Well, this seemed like trouble. The trick is just devastating here, so we're going to skip this. I'm not going to make this block. If they do something to get the Legionnaire tricked up, we can dismiss it. All right, we found some blue. Do we need to dismiss? I don't think we need to dismiss yet, but I think these are going to become important to us, like, next turn. I'm going to pitch a mountain. See what we've got here. No attacks. All right, we got a good hand to now deal with what's going on over here between Triumph, Dismissals, and Jaya. Yeah, Mark, it's funny how we're at the mercy of our parents on some level on that front. I'd like to think my kids have great musical taste, but they were forced to it by exposure to me for their entire lives. He said, really, not humbly, but we all think we have great musical taste, right? All right, this is getting a little out of hand. I think we need to burn and bounce here. And then Jaya, hopefully Jaya next turn to take one of these out. Bounce and then block. Yeah, like I want to do both of these. I want to do one dismissal this turn and then a triumph. Probably triumphing like the Pegasus just to keep everything on the ground. And send back the more expensive thing there. That seems good to me. I'm gonna burn the horse. Oh wait, I didn't see what it was auto tapping. Okay, good. Auto tapping is fine. We'll dismiss the invader. Now we might even just throw the army token in front of the Legionnaire. I expect they have a trick, but I'm fine them spending a trick to not die, you know, to deal with this army token. Also because it kind of uses up their turn, and then hopefully we find a land and can drop Jaya. Huh, they're tanking a bit. What do you think that means? Maybe they have the trick and are trying to decide if they want to make this trade? I think they're trying to decide if they wanted to make this trade, which is to say their trick for our army token, but I think we want to do this. Because I like to... Silver, I didn't want to mess around and try to squeeze out extra value and somehow screw it up by facing two combat tricks or going for the blowout and getting re-blown out when just playing it straight up one for ones is really good for us. So, all right, they're just straight up trading. Well, we did not find land for Jaya, but we can go profit dismissal again. Or we can just... Yeah, I think we go profit dismissal. I don't like the kind of card disadvantage here. But... we're at 12, and if we can get to this stuff, we should be fine. So I'm just going to buy some time. All right, land is good. And we can even get in with the... Oh, we just played the Prophet, so we can't. I'm going to attack with the Rager. If they want to trade Rager for the Martyr, we'll do that. Because now we have Jaya taking out the Invader on the way back down. And no value on their Proliferate there. And we weren't going to be pumping anytime soon anyway. We've got Weird and Dambreaker to play. Yeah, we'll keep that. Do we want that? Maybe we don't want that. Like, I don't want to pitch either of these cards. I'm just going to bottom it, actually, because I like both of these cards. Hey, Holden, I don't know if we're going to play M20 today or not. Depends on how long this takes.
Pyromaster and Firebrand.
All right. Well, get us a land and all as well. We get to dam break pumping these both. Land, 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 land. Right now, land. That ain't a land. She doesn't, I don't think. I don't even think it's the same voice actress, is it? Probably just Skulker here. And maybe it is the same voice actor, I don't know. I wasn't paying too close attention. You got me on that front. Yeah, it is. It's very efficient to have one actor do 20 lines, then two actors do 10 lines, you know what I mean? We can Skulk, and if we Jaya at Tybalt, they don't get another Devil. But basically then Jaya's dead. But I'm gonna do it. I gotta decide. We got rope going down.
Hold on. I'm gonna try something new.
Let's say no attacks. So is it just mixed up voice lines? So it's just a bug of some kind. Funny. We didn't get... I really want to get land for this dam breaker, but... Interesting that they are not interested in that. Like, they didn't attack Jaya, which is fine with me, but we'll do this. This. I should have thought through my attacks before I threw out the creatures. We do have attacks with the Skulker. We have good blocks here. If we attack, they're going to chump with the Devil and take out Jaya or the army. So I'm gonna not attack because they've been holding the Devil back on D, and if we can Dam Breaker, we get Jaya and the army token out of the Devil ping range. So as long as Oppo's choosing to keep it back on D, I'm going to give ourselves one more turn here to find a land, and then get our vulnerable things out of that Devil ping range. Well, we do get the combo, though, so we can take out the Pride Mate here. That's neat. Let's try that. And that says they got nothing. Maybe we just give up Jaya here. They maybe go for Rager anyway. I think we have to give up on Jaya. Yeah, it'd be nice if we'd found land. They might not even go for Jaya. They may decide she's less relevant and go for the army token instead. But I'm okay with this. Bye, Jaya. Oh, buy army token. Even that's great. That's great. I think Jaya is much more important than that army token, so thank you, Oppo. Hooray! I'm gonna dam break right off the bat here. Get Jaya up. Send this and this. They may think... I'm hoping that they forget that Rager's actually a 2-2. They didn't. That's one of my leaks. I play stuff pre-combat too much. I again, should have just waited until after attack, yeah. But there was a way in which I was like, oh, let's get Jaya up to 2 really quickly.
You're just fuel. Come on!
Alright, I'll think it through this time, though. We do have a honor, so I could think about not playing the land. But let's see, if we play the land, we get silver Spellkeeper activation and Totally Lost. So I'm going to play the land for that threatening. Activation threaten. I don't know how much we care about Ongroth with Totally Lost. And we can still Jaya at him even. Trying to figure out if we want to use Jaya here ahead of attacking. We don't have anything that proliferates, do we? No. We could also get back bounce. I'm going to go... Let's kill the army token.
I sure hope you can't handle the heat.
Lose the profit. Because we can just press a huge advantage here, then pump, get rid of Ongroth, and send the rest at face. And this is just devastating. Yeah, they're done. Giant Rager is great, but so is just wiping out their entire board and swinging away with huge stuff. We don't have much play in the board here. White-red aggro, though. Maybe we want to try and find a way to pull it back a little tighter. We could put in something weak looking like a Naga Eternal just because, hey, it's a 3-drop. Could put in a Hellion and try to make it a 4/4. Hey, Rudy. Glad you could join us. This kills a lot of stuff in their deck. I'm going to run it back, though. I think we're pretty low to the ground as it is. It's not like we're... I mean, if anything, I wanted some more high-end for this deck. Yeah, Mark, we're doing enough kind of incidental army token making that I think Hellion would be pretty reliably a 4/4 for 4 at only the cost of, like, some percentage of some amass card. Really don't like that we have nothing going before turn 4, but with this mana and these cards, I'm going to keep, and we hope that we find some early action. One of my rules for thumb of keep and mulligan is, like, never hope for more than one thing. So, like, if this had been all mountains, we're like, well, we just need islands and some early plays and we're fine. I'd be like, no, you got to ship that. But in this case, we're only just asking for something our deck is full of, which is 2 and 3 drops. And even if we don't get it, it may be fine to start on 4. It depends on how aggro Oppo gets here. Like, we don't want to see it 2. Okay, great. No 2, and we found early action, so excellent. We can wait on this, though. Oh, did I say 3/3 for 4 or something? 4/4 for 3 is what I meant. We're going to see if there's a better target for the Triumph and take out the Enforcer if not. Is that a better target for the Triumph? The Enforcer can't tap our big stuff, our army token, but it can tap our Ogre and our Manticore. However, I think I want to protect life total here, and I'm just going to take out the more threatening thing to our life total. I'm not sure, 100% sure about this one, but I definitely want to use this now, because we're going to draw something else to cast, right? And I think this is our most important pressing concern to surviving this game and winning the match. Did not find an alternative play, unfortunately. But looks like we should march nicely. We have a 4, 5, 6 plan anyway. And then, you're just a little late, Prophet. A little bit late. Yes, Rob. I was saying it can tap the Manticore itself and the Ogre. And good to see you, Rob. Glad you could make it today. Doing anything fun with your 4th? Now we have Prophet Dismissal or just Epiphany. And since they're not doing... Since we're at pretty healthy life total, I'm going to go ahead and Epiphany here. Look at that action. I love it. All right, we're gonna put Jaya right up top. Keep the weird, keep the dismissal. Kind of like it all. What order do I want it in? I think maybe this order? They may forget that Ogre has reach, but they did not forget to tap something at the end of their turn, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, well we have Jaya, and we have 6 land. I almost like Prophet Dismissed. Like, we could actually buy some time here. We can make... But, because if we play Jaya and burn, like, the Pegasus, then Jaya's just gone, and I don't like that. So I like either Manticore or maybe Prophet, Rager, and Dismissal is actually where we want to be. I kind of like that. I mean, we could dismiss the Enforcer, but they're still going to tap the Ogre. Let's go to combat and let them tap the Ogre at least first. Well, too late for Manticore, so we're going to follow through on this part at least. And I'm going to dismiss the Pegasus, since it's what allows Oppo to attack for a bunch. And it takes them longer to redeploy from this spot. Yeah, maybe I should have gone for a land so we could do Jaya 2-drop, but with this level of protection, I'm fine with dropping Jaya, because then we can take out the pony, and nothing can attack through the forces on the ground, even if they, you know, they can do a double attack, but we double tap to try to... Okay. Well... This screams that this is going to be a 4/4 first strike, right? So what can we do about that? If it's a 4/4 first strike and we block with everything, we still just get completely blown out. So unfortunately, we can't really make this block unless we want to... we can force it by blocking with Rager and then dismissing. We're not going to be able to dismiss Jaya. I'm going to say no blocks. See what they want to do. We're at 15. If they don't want to, if they want to spend time to combat trick here or whatever, go for it. But I think they're gonna go shields down enough. Yeah, that's what we were expecting. Interesting that they took the turn off to do that. Now I think we go... dismissal weird? And we're going to dismiss, and we don't really care about the enforcer, so we get to attack with everything. And then we're going to spend 2 of our 6 on Callous Dismissal. And we can either spend the other 4 on Weird or double pumping the Rager. Weird does set us up to get some stuff going. They're at 22, so double pumping the Rager doesn't do all that much, actually. So I am going to not pump, and we're going to go Weird Dismissal here. Oh, do we want that? Yeah, we'll even take that. I didn't know how they were going to... I didn't know what we were going to do yet, so I didn't... Like, maybe we should have done that but I was trying to keep options open in terms of pumping the Rager and stuff. I don't know. Oh, Bolt Bend actually does something. Still don't think it's going to be enough. I think we're going to be okay. As far as bolt bends go, that wasn't the worst. Now I think, though, we need to... We need to Jaya and take out the Pegasus. And then probably might even have to chump the Pride Mate. Want another profit. I'm going to say no on a second profit on this board.
I don't feel a day over 150.
Okay, hold on.
Pegasus,
I'm gonna try something new.
do whatever we need to keep Jaya alive, and then take out the Enforcer. That's our plan here. And with that plan, this can't be tapped, so we can always just throw the army in front. I don't think we're going to want to chump with the Prophet, so I'm going to attack with the Prophet, but leave the other 2 back. I'm just figuring we're going to chump the kitty here, and that's okay. It's fine, as long if we can untap with Jaya and take out the Enforcer, that's okay. Yeah, it's true. They might not remember that. A lot of people forget that, like, that the Rager is effectively a 2/2 right here. Yeah, it's a great point. If they don't see that and they don't have anything, and we double block, and we could get an amazing turn where we take out the Pride Mate and the Enforcer through the death of the Rager. But we'll see what they want to do here. Maybe just be going for Jaya. Interesting. If they don't go for Jaya, I think it's a mistake, because we'll just chump the other thing and...
Come find me
Yeah.
when you want a rematch.
Alright, they're going aggro. Maybe they have burn and we're just dead. I mean, not this turn, obviously, but... All right, we can lost the prison and take out the enforcer. Reset Jaya. That's kind of interesting, don't you think? We could also... Yeah, they get prison again next turn, but what are they going to do with it? They have a dead enforcer, and we have a Jaya and all of this, and they've got a Pride Mate and a prison. So I think that's worth it. And kind of want more land, but I'm not going to leave it on top. We'll just draw it naturally when it comes to us.
I sure hope you can't handle the heat.
I'm going to do profit only. And then we have the Rager Army double block that we had before, and we have the Ogre block. We're at 3, so I want to be extra careful. I mean, we might just be dead. Like, we're at 3, so there are spells that can reach out and smack us in the face. Although not many. Like, a lot of the red burn in this set is very much creature-based. So if they realm Jaya, they have no attacks. If they realm the Ogre, we have the double block. The uncommon 1R doesn't even go to face. It goes to Planeswalker creature. Well, at least Oppo's in the tank. Means their path isn't completely clear to them. Too bad they get a second scry. Yeah, at least they went to the bottom with it. Well, I think we offer the Ogre because the Rager does a lot of work on offense. Gonna go with the Manticore here. I am streaming tomorrow. Hang on. No catharsis. Alright, Tybalt is a little concerning.
I adore an audience.
Let's see. They're at 7. They block our big one. And actually, this is our big one. So I think they're just dead. But I should think this through in case they're... Because if they have, like, Divine... Let's say they have Arrow... And they kill the Rager and block the Manticore, then they're at 4, 5, and they're not dead. But then they don't have anything to crack back with. If they have Arrow, they're not dead, but they're still in pretty bad shape. They're at 1 card with no board. So I'm gonna to go for the full attack here. All right, they didn't have anything. Well, not only have we made par, we haven't lost yet, I don't think. Not bad. Nice. Well, let's see if we can go for profit. But first, I'm going to go to the restroom. So be back very quickly, and then we'll go for win number 3. Hey, gang. Let's keep it going. Happy tomorrow birthday, Rob. I'll wish you happy birthday tomorrow. Literally no flyers. Like, we have no flyer. We're red blue with no flyers. And you saw how, you know, we're 2-0-4-0, but have really had to piece together paths to victory through a crowded ground. So degree of difficulty here is higher without the flyer. Sure. Oppo has mold. Good for us. Not even a silver wing. Obviously, we want some land here, which, if they give us a burn target, we can decide. I don't think that's important enough to use Triumph on. We're going to pass. Try to find land! Ugh. Well, now it might be important enough to use that on, but we can do it on their turn. You played against Drake. Is that a person, or you mean or are you just badly typing Drakes? I'm going to triumph the Pride Mate before I triumph the Druid, so we're going to take the 2. And I am going to take out the Pride Mate before it does anything to get big. Land us! Yes, okay, land is here. Could God fare away the Blind Blast to try and find more land, but I'm going to put a Weird down, Spellkeeper Weird down that can block the Druid, and hopefully we find a land next turn, and if not, we'll honor looking for one. Alright. We could try to find it with Blind Blast, but I'm just going to honor here. We'll pitch the Blind Blast, which is at its best with Jaya anyway. Alright, some land is good. We're going to take attacks from the Stinger here, but not the end of the world. We'll find something for that. Dismiss something else and make a 2/2 token that can block it, that kind of thing. Although, here's another problem with not having flyers, like, we do need to get through the Stinger eventually. Oh, I see, it was the name of a card. Yeah, well, that's just, you lose the game, right? I mean, I don't know how good a design that is, just because it's like, who sticks around long enough to watch, you know, 10 total damage fly around the battlefield. Interesting offer here. Sounds like they got a combat trick. We have a backup Weird. I'm gonna go ahead and take the offer. We'll take their offer for this trick. Alright, wasn't even a particularly good offer. It just takes our army token. What are we doing this turn? We have Weird Dismissal. We have Ogre or Epiphany. We're definitely not playing the Epiphany. We want to build out our board. We could do it with Weird Dismissal or just Ogre. And we only have, let's see, we can get back Triumph too. Get back Triumph and just kill stuff. Yeah, let's use all our mana. I'm down with that. Get another meme. I'm a little hesitant to send the Polendrite Druid back because they might make better use of it than they have right now, but I also don't want to send this. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Yeah, that artifact looks like in the right deck with the right length of game could just be absolutely nuts. This is a little bit what I was worried about, but also figuring that if they did something like this, they might go all in on the Stinger. But we have two Weirds and Epiphany. Like, if we can just not die, we should take this game over. We just need to not die. Great. So they're kind of moving in on that. And I like... Yeah, we could Weird and dismiss the Stinger. That's play number one. I'm just trying to figure out if we do that, you know, that's our whole turn. And maybe that's fine. Makes this into a 2/2, which is good. Yeah, I'll do it. I was hoping to be able to do something else in addition this turn, but this is a fine play, given how all in they've gone on the Stinger. And let's see, if we attack, the Iron Bully has good attacks. I'm not going to attack. I would rather defend against the 1 point from the Bully and stay at 13 than get them to 20 to 19. Like, we're just trying to take over this game with our long game power. So, not interested in trading 1 damage for 2 damage, even though that in the abstract, that seems like a trade you'd want to make. All right, we get Island, and we can go Prophet Epiphany or Dam Breaker. I like Prophet Epiphany here. We have time. I think we have time now. And we don't want the mountain, so it's a nice pre-scry. And we don't want any of this stuff. Totally Lost seems fine, though. We'll continue to take that as a spell that can stretch out our game. This makes me want to try and keep this alive. And we'll say no attacks. If they do attack with the Stinger, though, I'm just going to take the offer and put the 2/2 in front of it. Well, they put out a Populace. Maybe that means they're going to want to attack in, look for some trades. We got this Totally Lost that will punish the Populace from getting big. But yeah, if we can make it to an untap, great. But something's got to trade with the Death Toucher anyway, so even if we get our army bigger, it's not like it survives combat with the Stinger anyway. Keep looking at our weird. Yeah, all right. They don't want that weird coming back for more action. Understandable. But I still think we're in great shape here. All right. They even let that go to the untap. So, Dambreaker, Rager Ogre. Flux Channeler Rager. I think we're just going to dam break now, though. I like using all our mana, so I liked Rager, Ogre, or Dam Breaker. And since we don't have anything else looking to get proliferated upon in hand, I felt like I'd just use the mana. Now we can go Channeler Ogre. Still no attacks, though. Maybe I gotta, like, I want to start attacking when this... We gotta solve the Stinger and the... These three creatures are the ones that matter. We've got one answer here. Oof.
Honor and courage.
How to lose a Magic game. This card's absurd. Don't know yet, Silver. You guys hash that out and let me know. Well... So, do we totally lost something before we attack? I think we're just kind of dead here. Like, you expect your 7 and 8 mana cards to end the game, but on this board, so does a Johnny. If we lose the bird, then what are we attacking with? I don't know, but that seems like a fine place to start, right? Okay, so we'll do that and then see. And then we basically have to send everything able-bodied, big-bodied at least, at a Johnny. Maybe even this one, and then we're looking to block with the Rager. We attack with the Prophet. We're kind of... it's just too suicide-y to send in the Prophet. We'll just do these three, see what they want to do. Gonna lose our 5/6 to the Stinger, I expect. But they have to do a bunch of chumping or they lose a Johnny, so that's good. Yeah, they paid a reasonable price there to keep a Johnny around. Yeah, 6/6 is annoying, but I guess maybe I should have kept the land for a possible honor draw. Now an honor of the God Pharaoh is a terrible draw, so I probably shouldn't have played that land. Hopefully we don't get punished with an honor draw.
Turn back while you still can.
Might even just take this. Oh, let's just block with the Rager and take out a Johnny.
Humility brings perspective. I should return.
All right, well, we didn't get punished with an honor draw, but we did get punished with a blank draw. And now we are up against it. on a couple axes. Probably need to keep it all back. Try to block to take out the populace, and then hope we find something else for the griffin. Depends on what's in their hand, Rudy. I was a little surprised by the block. I think I would have maybe just let a Johnny go and tried to win with my overpowering creature advantage at that point. I don't know. Ugh. Our deck is just laughing at us right now. No attacks, and we're going to take one more from the Griffin, go to 1. We could chump with the Ogre, but if we find, like, we find Jaya turns the Ogre into a trade. You know, we just have some outs that if we just hold on a sec, we may find what we need. And some of our outs need the Ogre as well. Or that. No attacks, and now we got to chump with the Ogre. I'm not giving up yet, though. And that's why we're not completely dead. Do this. We're basically dead though now. Yeah, now we're dead. White-green proliferate with, crucially, a Johnny. The way they were throwing counters around, Blind Blast actually had some targets pre-Ajani. And all the +1/+1 counters make transmutation worse, so I'm going to make this swap. At least. We could put in Bond of Passion. There was definitely some things to take out with the Bond. And they're playing green, so there's tends to be some bigger things to also get. You can try that over the second Blind Blast. Yeah, maybe I'll try that. I'm going to try a Bond here. Not sweet. But Mole? Their early game is pretty good. They're probably going to dump out some 2 and 3 drops. I think I got to mulligan this. This looks a little better. What are we going to give up here? I guess the Totally Lost. It was keepable, but it was also throwable. Given their green-white, I didn't like it. I think we were too much at risk of being overrun by their early plays to keep that, given the deck that we saw. Hey, that's great. If they have arrow, they can have that, because we're going weird and then hoping for land. We also have Triumph taking out whatever they play here. Looking for land. Yeah, it looks like the play. Yeah, it's a great target too, right? We're totally gonna... We're totally happy to use removal on a Pegasus. Can't seem to find land number 4. But Oppos can't seem to find any play at all. We're going to play Flux Channeler and hope for a land next turn. Then the Spellgorger Weird gets to be a 5/5 after the Epiphany and the Channeler interact. Now, looks like we're going to get Stricken. Sadness. They are not doing much else, though, so... you're a little bit late there, Mountain, but glad you showed. I'm gonna go with Ogre here. And we'll Epiphanize next turn. Right? There's no... yeah. Find a Callous Dismissal. That'll help. What do we have in here? Just the Triumph. Yeah, we saw a band together, I think. And the Strike. Last game they used band together on one of our weirds. Well, we just send in the Ogre, see if they want to make that trade, and then plan from there. If we play Epiphany, we don't have anything else to threaten anyway. Turret Ogre. Yeah, I guess they would have used Divine Arrow before if they had it. Let's. This is concerning. 4 cards and 6 land. Chandra doesn't go to face. Yeah, they could be holding 4 lands. We're going to do it. Let's make them have something. I think we're going to get combat tricked here, but it's okay. It's all part of the plan. It felt like that was inevitable, but it was, again, all part of what we're expecting here. We're just trying to get wide. They must have band together here, trying to figure out what to take out while the shields are down. Oop. Did I do that? Okay. Ah, Callous Dismissal. We were just talking about you. It's not land, but I definitely want it. There we go. Do we want Dam Breaker, though? Probably don't want Honor. Or do we? Let's see. Let's view the battlefield. Now, let's pitch. Let's get rid of the Honor. But we'll keep these 2. The question is, do we keep Dam Breaker? Dam Breaker is not going to proliferate anything, but it's just a big body that might get us there. But then we're just guaranteed to not draw a land next turn. I don't think we can do that. I'm going to bottom the Dam Breaker as well. Pitch the Prophet. What Prophet? Oh, we pitched the Prophet to Honor, you mean? No, I'm just gonna. We just want land. I don't know. Messing around with Honor seems like fancy play syndrome, and what we want to do is just clear away stuff until we can find our lands. Next turn I like Prophet Spellkeeper. Ooh, that's really annoying. Wow. Hope they get cocky and come at us with a Griffin. Come on, Griffin us. Liked where we were at until Arlen came down. Arlen's a big problem, and Oppo's smart enough not to attack, unfortunately, leaving us with a tough spot. We can give up the Channeler to get in... We can give up the Channeler or the Prophet to get in 3 damage on Arlen by dismissing the Griffin, or by we can dismiss the Wolf, and the thing gets eaten anyway, and then the Wolf is just dead, as opposed to resetting the Griffin. But then they can also block the Weird. But if they block the Weird, that seems okay. So I'm going to dismiss the Wolf. That gives us a scry at least. I might want a Rager instead of Prophet, so that's why I didn't put that down for the double scry. Also, I might want to... no, I'm not going to weird. We're going to actually threaten it, right? Okay, so we're sending in now and being sad.
I won't become prey.
Rager's actually pretty nice. It gets so big, it becomes, you know, this is like a 6-drop in the late game. It's just, it uses a lot of mana to get there. So that hurt, but I think we did our best to minimize the impact of Arlen, and we can try to use our Spellkeeper Weirds and our Epiphanies to recover card advantage. That's really bold. Bounce, please. Come on. I guess, yeah. They wouldn't do that if they weren't going to follow up with a solid ground defense for sure. All right. Bummer. Again, we're just not quite getting what we need. But we do get... We can go Blind Blast on Stinger. I'm going to do Blind Blast on a Stinger. Maybe we find ourselves a land. We do. I'm going to keep that. Now we have Prophet and Rager attacks that I like. I could play the Weird, but we're going to pump the Rager so that we can ping the Stinger. Well, we're going to try. They're pausing, so it sounds like they've got more action in their hand. One final FU from Oppo's card in hand. All right. We still get the Stinger. I like it. Did they draw something? They must have. It's like they must have drawn something else if they're going to make that attack. Why not, Oppo? Draw it all. You get it all, buddy. That's how it's going to work for us today. All right, what can we do? We can dismiss. We can triumph. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to just see my hand. Ugh. I don't think we weren't going to attack anyway, so it's maybe not the worst, but I did not mean to advance to declare attackers. How annoying. Wow. Felt like we had this on lockdown, but Oppo is just ripping perfect. We rip perfect sometimes. 7 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's play it all. And then maybe have to activate next turn. We'll see. We can bounce them both. Might not have time to weird for the Epiphany with the 2 flyers. We might need to Epiphany, because we can get Dismissal, weird for Dismissal, cast Dismissal. It might depend on what we draw. We're going to get something, but I think we have to get Dismissal, not Epiphany. And they're making a very bold attack, which I assume means they ripped yet again. No land for Oppo. Not that we have less land than they do, so it's hard to say that we've been treated unfairly by the shuffler, but at this point in time, I would love it if they would stop drawing action. Okay, that's a start. And yeah, really want to get that Epiphany, but we just have to dismiss here. Then we might draw something else and we can double spell. Alright, well, 8 mana. So we can do, with 8 mana, we can bounce both. I mean, can we just win? If we go 3, 3, yeah, we can just win. How about just win? And if they don't have anything, they have to not have anything, but then we just win. Ooh. Not that it matters, but we'll keep that. At least make them have it and just win if they don't. All right, we evened it up. Let's take the match now. A little surprised they attacked with both flyers. I figured they would just try to get there on the one big flyer and stay back on D. If they'd done that, I don't know if we can win that. But they got super aggro, and we punished them for it. Yeah, that's fair. Transmutation may have its place back in here, but it's not in, so we're gonna have to win without it. Profit is a nice draw, though, being able to drop that on 2 here. Yeah, I got a nice sequence set up here. I'm not going to bother dismissing. I think we pitched the Skulker, though. They got some good... Oh, yeah, they got a Johnny, though. Maybe we just pitched the Dam Breaker. And we'll keep that on top for now. Maybe it's silly. Nah, I'm going to be risky. We're going to do that. And I'm going to... I've drank too much coffee. I'll be right back. Do we want an attack here? Didn't think about this. Thought it was going to be on their turn. Yeah, I would trade that. You want to trade that? Let's trade. Okay. What can we afford to take here? I think I'm going to dismiss the battalion just because then it becomes so powerful for us to drop Jaya next turn. And we get to attack with the army, and we get a scry. Yep. You would just Epiphany Mark? I like the setback that we just did to them right there. That was a huge setback for our opponent, and it really the reason I wanted to do that is because they now their development is hiccuped, and that hiccup in their development is going to allow Jaya to be amazing. And auto tap showing us that they do not have the +1/+1 counter, gain 2 life, and first strike. Oh, that's nice. So now Jaya doing less, and we actually have to reconsider here. We could also just Jaya, take out the battalion, and then lose Jaya to Pegasus. But with Bond of Passion next turn, even. Yeah, one problem is if we pass here, they can attack with all 3 and put a counter on the battalion. Yeah, we can giant attack first. Turret Ogre seems good against the flying that Oppo is showing.
Control is what defines a master.
Jaya is like totally dead here, but we're basically accepting that Jaya is a 5-mana removal spell for the battalion. This 5 mana gains some life. That's true. We could have blind blasted the druid and thus prevented the battalion from being able to get that counter. They're going to do that. We could even leave this low, but this is fine. Just take out the... Yeah, in fact, I think let's leave Jaya. And yeah, see what they want to do. Jaya could go down to 1 here, though. Yeah, unfortunately we left Ogre on top, but Ogre is fine too. It also blocks the Pegasus. Mainly, life total in hand suggests we can be okay here. All right, that's pretty good. No longer okay. However, our ogre still blocks the
I'm ready
Pegasus,
for a
which is my
rematch
main
when
thing.
You are.
Block that Pegasus. And I will keep the army back. I suppose if they... Now, I'll attack. I'll attack. They might strike the ogre, in which case we're in serious trouble, but we can't really beat the strike. Or at least I'm not going to play around it. I don't think it's effective to play around it here. It's just a bad news card for us. It looks like they have it, unfortunately. I assume they did because they were hovering over the ogre, but maybe they're refreshing the fact that it has reach in their heads or something. You get some floss or something. I got something caught in my teeth. All right, that's a fine spell, and I don't think we're gonna win. Although we might. Let's see. How can we win? If we get, yeah, if we get a land, we win. Let's get a land and win. That would be cool. Come on, one time. One time. Ah, damn it. Oh, I was so close. Like, our deck is mostly outs to the match win right there. Frustrating. Very frustrating. Instead, we're going to Epiphany and look for a bounce spell for the Pegasus. We're not totally out of this yet. Really frustrating, though. Ah, that would have been such a cool win. We only needed most of our deck to be on top. And we don't even find what we need here, so I guess we keep one mountain, because we do need land, but we need the next card to be bounce. Oh, come on. Frustrating. That would have been pretty. All right, I keep digging at my teeth with my tongue because I've got a little thing in my teeth, so I'm going to take a very short break to floss whatever is in there out so I don't look like I'm Mr. Ed chomping at my face here. Hold on. So bummed. It's one thing when you're going for like a 2-outer, but when you're going for a 11-outer, you hope to get there. 12-outer, I guess. All right. Have to take the loss. I think if we get out of this, it's going to be that we survive with Rager and eventually Epiphany and rebuy with Weird. Do I know Richard Garfield and Mark Rosewater personally? Mark Rosewater is a legit friend of mine. Like, we just worked together for years, every day, and I consider Mark a friend. Richard Garfield I have met a few times and don't even know if he would remember me. One of my biggest regrets in R&D is that while most of R&D was down at the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco, Richard Garfield came to R&D as part of filming for Enter the Battlefield, the movie that was made about magic by Nate Holt. And for that, oh cool, we found our island. Anyway, Richard brought all of his early initial playtesting stuff for Magic. So those hand-printed original, paper Magic cards that were used for testing the initial game. And it was amazing to talk to Richard about them and to be able to look at them and pick them up and experience these things. But my big regret is that I didn't ask him if I could keep one. It would have been maybe a little presumptive, but how many chances do you get to ask that, right? Like what's the worst case? What's my worst case scenario there, Ryan? Richard Garfield awkwardly says, no, right? I should have gone for that. I'm worried that we're going to get countered no matter what we play here. And actually, I'm going to play out the Flux Channeler. I think it's the less important card here, but the one they're more likely to be happy to snap off. Dionysus, yeah, we're planning on having Jay on tomorrow. I worked in Magic R&D for 5 years and on the MTG Arena team for 2 years. All right, they took a 2-for-1 to really continue to crush our dreams here, but we got an Epiphany to try. A double Epiphany hopefully gets us back in this. Kind of need more blue eventually, but I'm not looking to take it here. I think those all look good though. Let's keep that. Not the very start fiddles. It was in prototyping while I was still in R&D, but it was very early. It had only recently been greenlit to be like, okay, let's take this out of prototyping and into reality. That's kind of when I transitioned onto it. All right, so that's frustrating. They took our out to really do this again and kind of get back. But hey, they've got 4 cards, we've got 4 cards. Our cards don't suck. Let's get it on. That's a wolf. Oof. Don't know about that. Not really one you can dismiss very effectively. I guess we have to try and... I think we're just so dead here. Outs to the giant include a Dam Breaker, a Invading Manticore, and various double blocks. Really, we're going to have to 2-for-1 ourselves here, I think. If we can. Wonder if we even bother trying. I think we do. If we can take out the giant here and scry to something useful and have dismissal, and if they're weak in their hand, we still have a chance. We're way up against it here, but we do have to play like they don't have the ability to disrupt our voluntary 1-for-2. Probably not Dionysus. This is taking a while, so yeah, we can just... Can I bring myself to actually scoop here? Like... I don't know how we win from here. But I suppose if they're completely blank here, we might have a chance. I want to dismiss the army choke. Oops. Okay, I can cancel it? Good. Yeah, I'm going to cancel. This way we can double block and still try and take out the giant with the Rager. Yeah, maybe that was a spot where we triumph before blocking and take the damage. How am I double blocking? I was talking about an out to giant being a double block, but I think we just... Maybe I misspoke or miscommunicated, but my whole plan here was to Rager to trade for the giant. Blind Blast to draw. Ooh. And I'm willing to Spell Gorger. We'll try. And it depends on Strionic Resonator, how far back in your calculations you want to go. I tend to not look that far. Tend not to look that far back. I'm just looking at this individual play, and this individual play is a whatever for one. Here, though, we're going to dismiss. Attack. Do we want the Prophet, or do we want to ditch the Prophet? I think Hexproof and Menace, they don't have... Yeah, we'll play the Prophet and be patient on the God Pharaoh. Wait till we have a land to pitch to it. Still don't know how we win from here, but... Ooh, now I really don't know how we win from here. That is rough. Ugh. Well, that's why I didn't scoop now, didn't I? Well, even a dam breaker would be fine here. No, our Epiphany was rudely... We cast it once, and then we were going to cast it again, and they made us discard our Spellkeeper, and then they made us discard... Oh, we got another Spellkeeper. We get to cast it again. Maybe. I was probably in full control because maybe I backed up or something.
There's no accounting for luck. Maybe yours will hold.
Well, kind of need to get this on right now. Argument for just getting the removal for the Silverwing, actually. Maybe that's more important, but I think Epiphany... What are we going for? We have Skulker, Prophet, Dismissal, Honor, Masticore, Jaya, Transmutation, Dambreaker, Totally Lost, and Turret Ogre left in the deck. I mean, what are we even trying to do to... I actually think we have to get Triumph, kill the flyer. I don't love it, but if we Epiphany, it's because, hey, we've got great stuff left in our deck, but I don't think what's left in our deck does a very good job of taking out the of stopping the Silverwing, so I think we just need to do that. And we'll keep all the action we can get, though, when it comes to top decks here. And we do have one more Honor, and we have 6 lands, so I'm gonna... pass there without playing the land. Slowly, Dionysus.
There are many who have turned
patient.
weakness into a virtue.
We were supposed to get the Dambreaker first. Can't get a rip here. Keep getting out ripped. I actually like killing this thing and like putting something on top. And also getting a scry for ourselves. Ogre not bad. Still not enough to take out the 6 power of the Dambreaker, but it's a start. Or 6 toughness, rather, excuse me.
The fault is not in our stars, but in ourselves.
What happens if a Trampler, you mean, is blocked by a creature that Dovin has bubbled? Generally, you need to apply as much damage as you need to kill it as though it didn't have that protection, so you would have to put 3 on it. Or whatever. You have to put the amount of toughness it has, even if it's not going to kill it. Well, we got enough to trade for the Dam Breaker. I mean, if they dove in it ahead of combat, it's easy for us. We just get to block with whatever they dove in. So if they dove in first, whatever. If they don't dove in, we will try to offer a 2-for-1. Yep. It's pretty good for us. I'm a little surprised they're doing it. Because they're out of cards, right? There's no risk here. We're gonna lose the Ogre and the army? That seems like a fine trade. Alright, let's rip nothing but gasoline and show the world why we don't scoop.
There are many who have turned weakness into a virtue.
Decent. Keeping this land because we do still have an honor in the deck. Very thin deck, but it's mostly land. We should kind of expect to flood out from here. We've gotten very lucky with our land so far, really. We have 10 left in the deck. There's none in our graveyard. 15 non-land cards.
My acute awareness of your imperfections is maddening.
So we're going to sit tight and hope that our final handful of spells are enough. We've got a Skulker, a Dismissal, an Honor, a Manticore, a Jaya, and a Transmutation. That's it. They have 14, we have 15. So if we can survive that way, we might win on decking. But need some help right away. Alright. That actually qualifies. We'll throw this on the Dread Horde. And we get a Manticore on top. Nice. Still no reason to attack, though. I don't think I could be that cruel, Rudy. We'll not be making memes off of Baha Men. Alright, make him use Dovin. It's not a bad idea, Rudy. I don't think I can bring myself to use an earworm of that particular stripe. Well, that's super big trouble. Now I think we're just down a game.
I'd be less frustrated if you had fewer flaws.
Well, we have dismissal. I don't know, maybe there's some world in which we managed to dismiss an attack for 13. I don't know how, though. Just gotta keep chumping, I guess. For it to come to decking, we need to deal with this Conjurant, and I'm not seeing how we do that with what we've got left in our deck.
Perfection is unattainable, so stop trying.
Especially when we're likely to just draw lands for the rest of the way.
acute awareness of your imperfections is maddening.
Let's see. If we Jaya Conjurant down to 8, then the Manticore does 5 more and gets it down to 3. I mean... if I were Dionysus, you'd be teased. That, I don't mind the scoop on. We were done for. I don't want to bond their huge spirit. Blue black control. They're just gonna grind us out. Maybe we need to try and be more aggro, but we just don't really have the tools for that. We are what we are here. Like, put that in. Just kind of fancy play, though. They didn't really have that many. Happy to steal. I guess they had the Dam Breaker, though. Just doesn't feel like it's right. I'm not going to do it. Just going to run it back. Well, we already hit par. Can't be. This deck is not great, so the fact that we have 2 wins for it already, like, at least we got gems. If we can come back and win a couple here, great. But I'm not going to be sad about our results either way, because we already got to par. That's a great start, though.
Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
4-bar linkage, thank you. Appreciate the sub. What do we want him to kill less? What's more important, the Flux Channeler or the Weird? I'm gonna put the Weird out. They're both important. But given that they're both important, let's get the one out that we want to get growing. Weird is more important, so maybe I'm making a mistake there, but, well, not, because we're getting told, so... They got bad choices, though. That's good. Like, there's not much they can do here that doesn't leave us with something happy. What would you take out of this hand? Maybe the Epiphany? Maybe the Honor, since it's right now our best play for next turn? Now we have Flux Channeler. Probably the Epiphany, though. That's the thing, yeah, that's just that I don't want them to take. Now I'm going to honor away the Prophet, looking for... Well, actually, let's do Channeler. Attack. Interesting. What does that mean? They're going to blow up the world here? 2 to everything somehow? Why would you chump there if you weren't going to destroy everything? Well, now we're going to honor... Let's see, if we honor, at least the Weird gets through, right? Because it's going to double pump. Ugh, no land. But still a good Weird attack. Alright, here it goes. Well, at least it's not dead. I figured they'd spark that. Well, still we want land. Ideally, we go land, land, and we go weird, and then untap and go Jaya, or weird and dismissal. We really need some land, though. Let me tell you. Oh, let me tell you, some land would be good. They showed us Counterspell, and they're leaving it up, so it sure looks like if we play the weird, it's just going to get no escaped. So what does that mean? Kind of makes me want to dismiss the Dread Horde and attack, actually. Yeah, we could also play the other weird. Because Dionysus, if we get the profit, if we got our land, we would be turns and turns and turns away from where we're interested in casting the profit, right? Assuming we get our lands, our curve out from there just doesn't involve the profit. I'm actually going to dismiss the Herald and attack with the Channeler and the... Because I think they're just holding up no escape, and we're going to punish them for that. We're going to do something else. No, I can't enable Deckmaster because it's not sending successfully. I was really happy with that play, actually. I'm totally fine with the line I took last turn. Not even tilted. I mean, it's just a busted mythic. You're not going to beat busted mythics, whatever. That's magic. I think what we'll do here, though, is put the Behemoth on top and try to untap into a 6-drop. Did they cast that on us in the first game, or did somebody else cast that on us this event? I know we've seen that today. Really tough when you cannot find the land you need, but we'll drop a Skulker, I guess. It uses our mana most efficiently. Jaya would just be throwing a Planeswalker away. I really am done with this format. I don't like all these Planeswalkers in Limited. Now they've got the Counterspell mana up again, and we're in the serious trouble. And if it wasn't clear that they had it before, the fact that they opted for Herald over Behemoth certainly makes it crystal clear. So with 5, though, we can at least start with the weird, I think. What do we want more? Probably the weird, because then we can at least get back Dismissal and survive. So let's start with the Rager, see if they will counter it. Oh, not even a pause. Maybe I'm misreading. We're gonna have to take another 5 here from the Dam Breaker to have any chance. What were they holding, though? Why wouldn't they replay this? What do you think that 3 mana was about? Were they just representing? Skulker's crap? You're crap. Your mom's probably really nice. Skulker is what it is. Remember, you're giving cards Dionysus jobs. Like, what is the job? What job does your deck need to fill? Is a big question to ask. And then, what do I have that fills that job? And then you take what you can get. And so we were looking at our deck and trying to figure out how, in a board stall, this deck was going to win, right? Like, this deck just does not have a lot of weight, has no flyers. It's a blue-red deck with 0 flyers. And believe me, if you would like to hand me a Thunder Drake to play instead of the Skulker, I am in. I'm in for the Thunder Drake over the Skulker. We don't have any, so Dionysus, we have a job to do, and that is get our opponent from 14 to 0 on a crowded board. And as weak as Skulker is as a card overall in the format, it was doing a job that we needed to fill, so we did it. Wait a sec, let's think this through here, though. We can transmute and weird. If we weird, we can get dismissal back. We can honor, we can epiphany. I think we want to try and transmute to survive. Like so. And then we can weird for either action or card draw or whatever. Remember when they 3-for-1'd us? Somehow we're not dead. Yeah, we got good action here. I don't think they can attack. I mean, if they attack, we don't get to use weird to get our spell or whatever, but yeah, this is fine. Well, maybe they'll do something on the weird. But we gotta do... Oop, get out of the way. Get out of my way. I'm trying to block here. We're gonna do this and see what they do. Alright. Land. Land, 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 land. Give us a big one. We don't know. We're gonna cast one of these. Cast one of these. Land! Land! Alright, we got our land at least. For once. Something came our way. And we can stay on D. Yeah, Menace is an issue, but we gotta make 2 creatures cards, so that was nice. Now the land is flowing, of course. We can go Mountain, Jaya, have Weird available, which I think I like the most here. And I even like Jayaing the Dread Horde.
If you want something torched right, it's best to call a prayer.
Hey, now she's saying the right words.
Pyromaster and Firebrand.
Oh, now she's not. Funny, like some of her dialogue is Jaya and some of it is Chandra. So that was a little risky, of course, because we're giving them this 4/4 menace or whatever, but my blocking plan is Manticore and Army on their army and Weird on their Dam Breaker and activate Weird to fetch something sweet. Don't have any removal. We'll have to figure out what we actually want to do with the card draw about to be available to us. Huh, they're just doing that. So they're offering Invading Manticore you know, we can double block and actually kill it. If we do that, I mean, we need to just be playing our own Dam Breaker next turn anyway. I kind of like that. The weird block is still fine. I mean, we're gonna, but like, we could actually just try and take it out here, and we only lose this, and then we have this for that. I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it in the triple block. See what they want to do. I maybe forgot it once or twice, but everybody's gotten plenty of weird meme today, so I don't care if I missed it once or twice, whatever. Yeah, so they're doing that first, as we expected. They can't kill the weird anyway, so we don't need to activate that yet. Now we will, though. And I'm going to get Epiphany. We're at 5, though, staring at a flyer. Maybe we just need to... But we don't have anything to kill it. We don't have anything to kill it, so might as well... I'm going to Epiphany. We're going to try and find a way to... take out the flyer. We may wait a turn, though. Ooh, dismiss is interesting. Except we don't have... Yeah, Jaya doesn't do much, but maybe they won't threaten Jaya, I don't think. Let's play Dam Breaker, get Jaya up to 4. And then we have Epiphany Dismissal next turn. And it's not too bad, whatever they do here. Yeah, I like that. Jaya is safe. We're at a healthy enough life total, I think, to survive the turn. Yeah, they're ignoring Jaya altogether. Understandable. But we get to Epiphany, and we have the emergency dismissal if the Epiphany doesn't produce something to kill it outright. I don't know if we have double red or double blue left. We do not. So let's do this. You want me to wait, Rudy? We get Jaya the Silverwing? What do you mean? Oh, then... do we have enough mana for that? Yeah, we could do that. Dismissal... Huh. Alright. It's fancy play syndrome, but it does what we want to do, which is kill the thing that's trying to kill us. Yeah, I'm down with that. Let's do that line.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try something new.
I am going to try something new.
Time to set something on fire.
Nice line, Rudy. I like it.
I sure hope you can't handle the heat.
We are going to stay back, though, on D here. All right. Now we get to Epiphany, even. Maybe. Yes. Get rid of really even the Prophet too, probably. I think it's doing enough for us to keep on top. The one time we wanted Flood in this world, we couldn't get it. Here you go, Dynice. It's just for you. Oh, but it got escaped, so... No, you don't get your meme because it didn't hit the battlefield. No attacks, though. No blocks, no attacks. We're a little too low to be attacking, but hopefully we find something to turn the corner here. Oh, of course, Oppo. Just draw whatever you need and kill us. Well, I think we played really well. Honestly, I think we played better today than we did yesterday. Got 7 wins yesterday and only 2-2 today, but I'm a little happier with my play today than yesterday, so it goes, you know. We hit exactly par. This is what I wanted to get back, given the quality of our deck. And I don't know, I feel like I've been lured into blue-red and then had the deck go sideways like every draft of War for the last 5 weeks. Blue-red train wreck has been my flavor of the month on War Draft. But let's go open some packs. Yeah, we took some interesting lines. And really tried to find avenues to victory in hopeless-looking situations, and we extended games looking for our outs. So in terms of playing some disciplined Magic, I think we did a good job there. There's a Mythic. Wrong set. Unbelievable that we, like, we've opened 1 million War packs and drafted, like, we just can't find a Mythic in War. Oh well. More bad beats, question mark? Eh.